Anyone in the industry watching this, you know this guy and that company, I won't say the names, but they boost the streams and they boost the sales. The industry allows for fake sales and fake streams to count, but my real sales of real people aren't allowed because I incentivize my fans to buy an album.
Listen, you remember when I told you the industry is rigged? You remember when I told you that? I said, yo, the industry is rigged, you can buy a number one? Remember when I told you that? You can buy a number one? Do you remember when I told you, yo, you can buy a number one? You remember when I told you that? What do you think I did? I bought it. You don't believe me still? I bought the number one record. You know how? Because bundles. Bundles exist. If you make your whole fan base buy, it's not about music anymore. If you make your whole fan base buy merch, it buys the number one. You can buy a number one. I didn't prove it to you yet? You can buy streams. You can buy bundles. You can buy a number one. I didn't tell you that?
Kid Boo's career is fiction. It doesn't exist, right? It's been bought and paid for by his record label, Island Records, who they're known to do some sketchy shit. Kid Boo is selling hot sauce bundled with his single in order to desperately boost his streams, right? Now this is the technique you see many rappers do, people like DJ Khaled who bundled his album with energy drinks. Like, come on, bruh. What does this even mean anymore?
Okay. I believe that a lot of these kids' sales need to be adjusted. And I believe a lot of them should lose millions of.
Twitter audited some rappers and they wanted to see which percent of your following is real and which is fake. Now when they looked at people like Young Thug, he got a score of 93%, meaning that 93% of his followers were real and only 7% were fake. Now on the low end of the spectrum, people like Dr. Dre got only a 32% audit score. Rick Ross got a 46%, meaning that only 32% and 46% of their followers were real. Now I'm a huge fan of both Dre and Ross, right? These are legacy acts. But to me, what this means is older acts are not being followed by the younger generation online. The internet is a young man's game, and in order for some of these legacy acts to make up the disconnect that they have with the younger demo, they gotta pad their numbers with bot followers and bot views sometimes. And when it comes to inflating numbers,
I want the world to know that Billboard is a lie. You can buy number ones on Billboard. I want that to register in your head. You can buy number ones on Billboard.
Billboard is owned by this company called Penske Media Corporation. Now, PMC, short for Penske Media Corporation, is a digital media publishing company based in Los Angeles. And this company owns over 20 of the biggest media companies in the music industry. Some of them include Billboard. Aside from that, they also own the Rolling Stone magazine, they also own Variety, and they also own the Hollywood Reporter, and they also own the very company that provides all the music and entertainment data in the music industry. This company is, or used to be, called MRC Data, and it's a data and analytics provider for the entire music industry. Back in 2020, Penske Media Corporation and MRC formed a data joint venture and started going by PMRC. 2 years later, in March 2022, Penske MRC Data ended up coming together as one company and rebranded as Luminate. So right now, at this very moment in 2023, the company Luminate is a source for all the numbers you see in the music industry. This is where all the data is essentially coming from. So they have all the monopoly, and they happen to be owned by one company which owns the majority of the big media brands in the music industry.
On August 4th, 1958, the Billboard Hot 100 launched. It was topped by Ricky Nelson's Poor Little Fool and instantly became one of the industry standards for success. I was a fool. So why the name? According to Rock and Roll Hall of Famer Seymour Stein, who helped start the chart, back in the day before the Hot 100, there were many different charts. The industry was looking for a hotter, quicker way of getting chart information. So what is the chart today? The Hot 100 blends all genre US streaming, radio airplay, and sales data as tabulated by MRC Data.
Records that are being supported quite heavily at specialists then get brought down into the playlist meeting, which happens weekly in Radio 1 in this very room. So we have conversations and relationships with record industry executives, radio pluggers, people that work for management companies, and they plug us their music too. And that's the other way that records will get into the media. There's a clear correlation between records that are played at a higher frequency by Radio 1 and 1 Extra and their performance in the chart. It's not always the case, but generally the correlation is quite strong there.
I get it. I understand. understand. Y'all want to make money. I want to make money. But don't sit here and act like the chart is objective when it's not. Just tell us. This chart is for signed artists who are inside the system who we make money off of. We have an independent chart for those of you that objectively measures sales, and that's it. That's what iTunes does.
I am the reason that Billboard removed all the digital sales charts off their website. I was outperforming label artists and executives pressured them to hit the red light. Universal, Warner Music, Sony, CEOs wanted me dead, but they ain't never gonna really kill me. They just cancel the digital charts instead.
What?
Dang.
Did you know that? Oh my gosh, what the? Oh my gosh.
What incentive does MRC have to put an independent artist who they aren't getting any money off of in any capacity at the top of their Billboard chart? When they can put somebody else on there who they are eating from on the chart, from at the award show, and are getting the advertising money from that, from on the radio promotion, who they're eating from the radio ads, who they're eating from when they put them on the road and have them perform in their venues, who they're eating from the sponsorships on that. Why would they put your ass on top of independent charts? Dorian, you're not making them any money. So who gives a shit what you sold? But we ain't gonna put you on there because you ain't making us no fucking money.
And you just have enough insider information on how the industry works now. Like, it didn't work like that when I was selling physical records. So physical albums are like, that places you in a chart, right? Being on Billboard and being number one on Billboard was based on radio play, physical sale. It's based on all this stuff. Now, just between you and me, you can pay for a chart position at Billboard. You can pay Billboard and they'll chart your song for you. That's why when you see Bad Bunny in the charts like 25 times in the top 100, that's all payola. The American Music Awards, that's also payola. You can pay for those, you know. I got tons of inside information. Like, so what I'm saying is the industry now is totally for sale.
What they're doing now is, guys, what's happening now with these streaming rooms and stuff like that is no different than what the major labels was doing back in the days when they actually had to press and print albums. Before the digital age, they had to print 500,000 albums and buy 100,000 to make it chart. Why? So it can grab the attention of the masses. So if there is a company like Billboard who is promoting the people and people are following Billboard and they're saying, well, if this music hit our charts and this is the top 100, you need to pay attention to it. So in order for these major labels to break artists, they would invest in themselves. They will print all these damn records, these vinyl records, then they will buy 100,000 back from the distributor. The distributor now in return is submitting those numbers to the charts. They're valid purchases. They can't deny them whether you're buying them or not. And then they're making the artist chart based on the stream. Is it cheating? Yes, but the rich have always cheated. Right?
Right? Now let me explain to you something. They don't want, Billboard doesn't want no one to know this. Now I understand why Jay-Z and Nicki Minaj say Billboard, like we used to look up to to Billboard, but now it's like we know you can, it's all manipulated, right? It's all fabricated. You can buy number ones. This is what these artists do, right? And it's not fair.
In the world? What happened? How? And then that's when I realized there's something wrong with the system. And that's what made me test that 10 million stream thing out. And I was like, oh, they're playing, this is cheap for them. This is easy to reproduce.
Yes.
It's very simplistic. It's the cadence is right here. Boom.
Push a button.
Boom.
Make it go.
Oh, they're manipulating. And these young guys in the South are falling for the idea of, oh yeah, I'm platinum, I'm gold. And when you ask them, how do you make money? Where's the money? Right? These guys are platinum and gold. Here's the thing. Platinum, gold, platinum, diamond records and can't sell 1,000 seats. How? How do you go diamond and can't sell 1,000 seats?
How is that?
Take it from a person who's successful. You can buy a number one.
I said nobody has ever put out 2 number 1 albums from jail. Obviously, hopefully you're out by your birthday. You know what I'm saying? But if you weren't, like, that would be historic.
Right.
And even if Uzi moves, we still have to deal with Morgan Wallen because he's doing 100,000 every week, no matter what.
Who?
Morgan Wallen, the country guy.
Yeah, what the fuck is this nigga doing? Why the fuck didn't we think to put him on the album? Like, what the fuck?
I mean,
You think we gonna beat the boy?
yo, my man, I'm not going to sleep until we beat him. So whatever happens.
I'll tell you. Yeah.
Whatever happens. So it's like, okay.
Beat the boy, then tell the boy you can't beat me, join me.
That's iconic.
Get on this song, young boy. Everything
You know what I mean?
Man.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's try to beat that nigga. You still got that plug, right? That shit what we did with none of them. You still got that plug?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Tell you. All right, my boy.
Yeah. All right, I love you. Call me an hour.
What does it take you to fucking believe you can buy a #1?
Like, the #1 album you just had right now, I paid for you to have a #1 album. You didn't, you know what I'm saying, honestly earn a #1 album over the weekend, my boy. I paid for that shit. I never said that to him. I never told him that, you know, cause we just got the plug on that. Like, you never earned a #1 album. I spent $50 extra grand buying motherfucking streams, $50,000 buying streams for you to beat weekend. Like, and Cash know the same plug, so Cash could have did the same thing. But Cash like let it go. Cash just like stand down, like, man, let the nigga on the win. I ain't standing shit. Stand down like a player.
Now, Billboard, if you want to explain to all the hard-working artists out there, the hard-working artists and established artists at that, because there's a lot of established artists right now that don't get #1s and don't understand why.
Drake himself has just got exposed for faking and botting his own streams, and things are not looking good. As you guys just saw a few moments ago, fans in the rap community have just dug up a very old video that Spotify posted back in 2018, which looks very suspicious of Drake botting and faking his streams. As you guys saw from that video, it was a very weird clip of Spotify basically joking around of how Drake was posted all over their platform and put onto playlists that didn't even make any sense or correlation to. And I'm talking about playlists like this that had no correlation to Drake whatsoever, like Independent Ladies, which was a playlist that had only female artists, but some reason Drake was on the cover. Even this playlist right here that says Bachata Lover, which makes no sense whatsoever considering the fact that Drake back in 2018 leading up to his career never made a bachata song ever. And with this video now resurfacing, a lot of people are questioning and accusing Drake of botting his own streams or paying Spotify in order to get into everybody's face on the Spotify homepage. And honestly, this does look like he was doing that, because what explains him being on playlists that have no correlation to his music? This entire situation gets crazier when you look at the comments of this post that was made in 2018 with people complaining about this Drake takeover, with this lady saying this Drake stuff is ridiculous, people pay premium to avoid advertisement, getting him off the page. This person ended up saying, please remove Drake from all of the covers, it's irritating and annoying, especially if his music is not even on the playlist. And this person ended up saying, you know how premium users pay for no advertisements? This is exactly appreciated, and it's not even clever marketing. You just plastered his face on every playlist on the homepage.
Billboard.
Exactly.